Had fought it just like a void, but you broke the coldness somehow and lit up a flame. Ooh, I was done feeling hopeless, screamed out loud because it felt impossible in my bones, like getting blood out of the stone on my own. But you came around and removed the thorn in my soul. You guided me out of the storm. I found home in your arms of gold, in your arms of gold, in your arms of gold. It's funny how easily a life can be torn apart. Why couldn't I simply see that it was sick at heart? And I am in deep debt. The climb we did was unreal. You made me so speechless. I just can't believe it. You broke the coldness somehow and lit up a flame. Ooh, I was my own enemy, screamed out loud because it felt impossible in my bones, like getting blood out of the stone on my own. But you came around and removed the thorn in my soul. You guided me out of the storm. I found home in your arms of gold, in your arms of gold, in your arms of gold. I rise from the ashes with pins and patches. We carry on. I rise from the ashes. I heal from your passion. My doubts are gone. Oh, yeah. Felt impossible in my bones, like getting blood out of the stone on my own. But you came around and removed the thorn in my soul. You guided me out of the storm. I found home in your arms of gold, in your arms of gold, in your arms of gold. I rise from the ashes with pins and patches. We carry on. I rise from the ashes. I heal from your passion. My doubts are gone.
Where do we go from? Where do we go from here? No one can save us from keeping clear. I don't wanna lose you, I don't wanna lose you now. 'Cause there is only one thing on my mind. Hey, 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 I just wanna see you on my new grave. Hey, 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 I just wanna see you on my new grave before you turn around and walk away. Hey, 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 I just wanna see you on my new grave. I can do my own thing. I can do my Losing track of time, losing track of myself.
my friends. What did you think about that countdown timer? Was it fun? Did you like it? I liked it. I thought it was fun. I thought it was a blast. What is going on? Oh my goodness, you guys. Okay, let me get this out of the way really fast. So here's the deal. So I have a leak in my garage right now. And so I'm waiting on a phone call back from the plumber. So I may get that phone call midstream. And if I do, you better believe I am muting the stream and answering that phone call. So here's the deal. We have, we got a freaking storm, right? A winter storm. And last night, I brought the G pump. So my boyfriend lives like 100 yards from me. We live in a condo complex. We literally bought our condos at the same time on purpose, and it's whatever. So we were out in my Jeep last night. We decided that, hey, I was like, I don't want the Jeep outside, so let's just park it in the garage and then we'll walk over. So we were all bundled up anyway. So parked the Jeep, shut the garage door, and we left. And we went to his place. Come home this morning, and guess what? The freaking garage door is open, which means the damn water heater froze. And so now I got like pinhole leaks going on. The water's off, but there's like a little bit of residual, so it's a little bit of leakage. It's a mess. I was like, I gotta go live at 2. So like I said, I left the plumbers are gonna call me back because they said they can come Thursday. I'm like, Thursday? Are you serious right now? So yeah, I might have to take a phone call midstream, and that is going to be the plumber that I'm answering the phone call from. So what's going on, my friends? We got Poke Gal in the house. We've got Dean Reynolds here. Hello. Hey, Kitchen Queers. Oh, you caught me live. This is the first time I think you're catching me live. So yeah, you guys over on YouTube, a lot of fun things going on over there. Super awesome. Denise is here, and I see your beautiful face and your name. Denise, are you on my page, or did we finally get this thing figured out inside the group? Right? So those of you that do not know, I do have a Facebook group. So, hey, Kitchen Queers, you guys, Dean, you guys come join the group. Facebook group, just search DIY Marketing with Melanie. Join us over in the Facebook group. You can watch from YouTube, no problem. But we have a lot of fun in the group. We do a lot of other fun things too. So, all right, Rich is here. Hello, Rich, watching from Facebook today. CK's in the house. What's up, CK? How are you, sister? All right, so here's the deal. I'm going to talk about a few fun things. I wanted to show a few things off. As you guys know, I'm always tinkering. I'm always trying new things. Last week, I finally figured out a workaround, a hack, so that I can have the transparent countdown timer while I go live using StreamYard, not using Ecamm, not using vMix. No. I am using StreamYard, and I figured out how to have a transparent countdown timer. Now, there could be better ways to do it, but for now, this is the way I figured it out. And I did a stream last week where I actually talked about it. I went live. God, what night was it? It was like Thursday or Friday night. I don't remember what night it was. I can't remember, but I literally was like, maybe it was Wednesday. I was like, I've got it. I want to try this out. I got to share with people how I did this. So I did talk about it, right? So I did talk about it. And so if you caught that, I'm going to explain that again for all the people that are new who did not catch that I've did this. So I'm always tinkering, but that is the new, most exciting thing ever. Now, it's quirky. It requires some focus, and it requires some there's a series of events that has to happen here for this to work. I am going to do an actual YouTube video, and I'm going to literally go through all the steps about how I did it. So, but yeah, so I had to explain that. But back to it. So here's somebody literally was like, why don't you just use OBS? Or why don't you just use the other things? You know why? Because I freaking love StreamYard. I love StreamYard because I can pull up your comments. I can say hello, right? I can see you guys. I can do all these things all inside the app. I can put these overlays up, like the new one that you see. That's the other one I wanted to show off, this fun one I have up here. I made it in Canva because you guys know I love Canva. But StreamYard makes everything so easy, right? So some people say, well, why don't you just use OBS, or why don't you just stream with one of the other crazy, fancier software? You know why? Because I like the plug and play aspect of StreamYard. I freaking love StreamYard. It's amazing. I love the community. I just think that they're always making the app better. I like using StreamYard because I also like to teach people how to go live. That's one of the things I do, is I help people use live videos to put themselves out there and make better connections online, right? But I like to be this maximizer of this app because you can do so many great things with it. And you can do all these cool workarounds. We're going to talk about some of that today. We're going to talk about countdown timers today. I do want you guys to know this is a live Q&A, so you can ask me questions about anything. So I know that, for example, my new friends, Kitchen Queers, which I love your channel too. If you have questions about StreamYard or about live streaming or about anything, post them. Just put a Q in front of the question, post it in your social media, Facebook groups, all the things, right? We can talk about it all. What I like to do is I like to go live every Tuesday at 2 p.m. and 2 p.m. Eastern, that is. And I like to just help you guys out. So whatever you need help with, right? But I also like to kind of sometimes come with a topic. I think that helps. I think you should do the same thing if you're ever going to host a live Q&A. I think you should always have some sort of like teaching or something that you're ready to kind of bring to the table in case, one, people don't necessarily show up to ask questions. But also, I think what you're going to find is that when you can lead in with a topic or a piece of content, it actually will help people come up with questions for you. So I do have a question that was posted inside of my Facebook group. So again, that's one of the benefits you get is if you're in my Facebook group, DIY Marketing with Melanie, you get to post your question ahead of time and I'll give you some priority to getting that question answered. So Jennifer posted a really great thought about countdown timers that I'm going to address here shortly. So first, let me explain very quickly this countdown timer, okay? Let me explain it. All right, because I have a feeling CK is really interested to see this. CK, I think you use vMix, don't you? Okay, so here's the deal. I use StreamYard, so I am streaming to you with StreamYard. I also have OBS, okay, Open Broadcast Software Studio, on my computer. Now, OBS can do a lot of crazy things. You can do some really cool stuff with it, but you cannot necessarily multi-stream with ease. You can't see the comments. There's a lot missing there. So again, I like using StreamYard. I like all the features of StreamYard. What you're seeing right now is actually the OBS virtual camera. So I have I can control what you see. So my webcam that I have selected inside StreamYard is the OBS virtual camera. So therefore, whatever I am doing inside OBS is what you're gonna see as long in this camera window. So for example, when I share my screen, this might make a little bit of sense. So let me share my screen. Sharing my screen. Add. So this is the second monitor that I have, okay? This is my second monitor. I have all this stuff up over here. Now, take a look. You see OBS, you see my Wavelink audio software, okay? So my Wavelink audio software is how I'm still playing music. You should still hear a little bit of music. I have it actually turned down in my ears all the way, just because it does kind of distract me, but I do have a little bit of very soft music playing for you guys. I'm still kind of on the fence whether I want to keep the music going or if I want to like not have music playing. Music is great to play when I'm like demoing something or like playing around with something and I'm not doing a lot of talking. But when I'm doing a lot of talking, maybe I should just shut the music off, right? That certainly is a thing. So what you see is this over here. This little window, this little program window is what's coming through my webcam, right? So for example, I can actually change to my Canon M50 if I want to. And see, now you'll see a different camera. You see a different one. So let me go back to the my Camlink, which is my Sony, right? Because this thing's all turned the wrong way. So I can actually, what I have is I have a countdown. So you have these different scenes over here, right? So you have all this stuff. You have these scenes right here. This is the preview. This is what's next. So if I put the countdown timer in over here, I can actually cut to it. And now see the window that is right here, right there, that little window? That's actually the webcam. This is my webcam view. What you're seeing here is my screen. This is why you see me. But if I cut to it, now I'm back, right? So again, this is what is going to get displayed in the webcam view, what the webcam is inside StreamYard, all right? So, cut, right? Boom, here I am. Here's how. This little fader lets me actually fade myself in about, however much I want. I'm playing music I'm pushing music into the stream through my Wavelink app. So this requires OBS, right? This particular version, right? So Pokegal. Is it Pokegal? It's probably Pokegal. Yeah, because it's a Pokemon picture here. So Pokegal. I am absolutely streaming on StreamYard. 100% streaming with StreamYard. 100%, right? right here is how I can prove it to you, because these overlays are part of StreamYard, right? This overlay right here. So I am streaming with StreamYard 100%. I'm using OBS to push the video that you see in the webcam. I'm still using StreamYard. I'm using the screen share right now, but I'm using OBS, virtual camera, which is what I have selected as my camera source. So I can do whatever I want in OBS, and that's what you will see over here inside of StreamYard. So that is how I did it. That's basically how I did it. The other thing you have to have is you have to have a way to push audio into the stream as well, because you can't, if you want to play music while you have the countdown timer, which I highly recommend, then you need to have a way to provide music. Now, so that you guys understand, you can 100% create a countdown timer, upload it to StreamYard, start your stream with that countdown timer, play that bad boy, let it run its course, and when that countdown timer is done, it is going to go away, and then here you are on stream. I love it. I think it's fantastic. It's what I've been doing for almost a year now, ever since that whole, well, not quite a year, I guess, maybe 7 months, I guess, is when I started using that countdown timer. But I was like, I want to be on screen. I want people to be able to see me. So there's a couple ways we can do this, right? There's a couple ways we can do it. The OBS version is going to help you have that transparent style. But now that StreamYard allows us to play local video, you can play a local video countdown timer and have yourself on screen just in the smaller window, right? Just in the smaller window. So you don't have to have OBS or any of the things. You actually can create a countdown timer in Canva, okay, which is a great app. Wave Video. There's plenty of video apps, as long as you can get copyright-free music or you pay for music. So like I use Epidemic Sound. That's the music that you hear when I play it. It's a subscription-based, software for creating music for streams. You could also find something like Harris Heller's Stream Beats, which is copyright free. You could play it during your stream from Spotify, or upload it into Canva so that you can do it. Now, hello, Derek. What's going on, my friend? Okay, so I want to clarify. I am streaming with StreamYard. I'm using OBS to control the webcam that you see, which allows me to do other things. I can literally do other things too. So yeah, check that out. That is actually I'm using OBS to show my own custom version of sharing a screen, right? It's just an overlay that's designed, and then you use OBS with all the layers of stuff. It's way more complicated. So I don't love that about OBS or vMix or Ecamm, right? All these scenes and stuff, but you can create really custom streams. I like StreamYard for its value, which is it's easy to use and you can do great things with it. Let me go back to my full screen here. So I prefer this. I prefer StreamYard, but I'm figuring out ways to introduce basic functions of OBS and using it, right? So that's what I'm got. All right, I see you guys are posting questions, which is fan-freaking-tastic. Let me do this though. I want to get to Jennifer posted a question inside the group prior to all the fun, right? So let me pull this up, and I'm going to go into this countdown timer stuff a little bit more, right? Again, if the phone rings, it's because the plumber's calling me and I have to freaking answer the phone, right? Yeah, I'm wearing my hoodie, my StreamYard hoodie. Jennifer is here. Fantastic. So I'm about to address this. So Jennifer says, I've just decided in just the past week that we should stop doing countdown timers. I just convinced my coworkers that we should do them 1 minute or less before our scheduled start time. Okay, yeah. So what she's saying is, for example, and I may start doing this as well. My streams are at 2:00, right? Well, I may go ahead and do the 5-minute countdown now that I can create this more interesting countdown with me in it, right? That's a key thing here that I'm going to come back to. I may go ahead and do the countdown 5 minutes. I may start my stream 5 minutes until 2:00. I may actually start 5 minutes early because it's a countdown. Therefore, when those of you who do show up at 2, you're like, hey, it's at 2:00. I show up. You're like, okay, great. I'm ready for showtime. Some of you may decide to tune in early if you enjoy the countdown, but that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. So she's saying 1 minute before their scheduled start time to alert people on Facebook that we're about to go live. I've added music and good visuals to our countdown timers. Great. Now, Jennifer, you're using StreamYard? I do know that. Jennifer, are you, you're uploading these into StreamYard, I assume? She says, but late last week, I looked at our video metrics and we lose a lot, all caps, of people in the first 3 seconds of our video. It struck me that they're seeing the countdown and leaving, not interested in sticking around for 1 minute to see the show. So now she's saying instead, I want our host to do a cold open for a minute, then an intro video, then come back on with the guest. We should at least try it out, see if that helps retain viewers. Or maybe I can have the host and guests on screen with a countdown timer, although they won't be able to hear each other speaking. Yeah, so there's lots of options. So Jennifer, this option that I'm showing you, right? You could have a countdown overlaid, right? Also, you could try something like that. Here's the thing. I don't think the countdown timer has anything to do with people bouncing in the first 3 seconds. I think that is honestly just human nature. I think people see all the time, they're like, oh, what's this? And they click it and they're like, eh. A lot of times too, is that they're just checking it out and then they're just like, eh, and they're out. That is going to happen, I think, probably regardless of a countdown timer or not, in my opinion. That is my humble opinion. Here's what I will tell you though. Here's what I will tell you. I think that the countdown timer becomes part of the culture of your stream. So for what I mean by that is that if you don't ever do countdown timers and that's just the way it is, then at Jennifer, that a lot of people are not going to join your stream in the first few minutes. That is just the way it works. Even if they get a notification, they could be in the car driving, they could be multitasking, they could be on the phone, they could be finishing an email. People are not literally like chomping at the bit. Now they could be, because if you are going live the same time every week, the same day, the same time, all that stuff, they literally could be like, oh, it's Tuesday, 2:00. It's time to go watch the show. That could be the case. But those people that are loyal like that aren't going to care about a 1 minute countdown timer. I like the countdown timer for a couple reasons. One, as you mentioned, it gives people time to join the stream, to get that notification, to switch gears so that they can tune in. It also warms people up. It's a warm-up. I mean, I like using music in my countdown timers because it creates this fun warm-up. Now, your countdown timer doesn't have to be a timer. It could actually just be like an intro fun video that you do. However, I think that gets a little boring. The same intro every time, I think that gets a little boring. So I like the countdown timer because your people can become trained to it. I think you should totally try this new style that you're talking about 100% and see what happens. But I wonder if you'll see a big change. I cannot wait for Jennifer to report back to us and tell us in let's say a month or so. Jennifer, I think you got to do this for at least a month to see what happens and see if it sticks and see if anything changes. I 100% can't wait for you to share your results with us. So Jennifer is in our DIY marketing group. So Jennifer, I'm seriously, I can't wait. I would even love to have you on the show. Although I know Jennifer doesn't like to be on the show. She's a producer. So she actually produces live streams for others. But Jennifer, I'd love to hear your insights and your feedback when you come back to us. So I wanted to talk about that and address that because here's the thing. I do think that your countdown timer can be part of the culture of your own stream. Kitchen Queers is saying we usually repeat most of what we do during our live streams twice because it seems so many viewers don't arrive until halfway through the broadcast. Yep, I do see this now. Kitchen Queers, do you guys go live? Keith, I think it's Keith is your name. Do you guys go live on the regular? Like, do you have is it the same time, same day? Like, is it like a show like we all can tune into and we know it's like, oh, it's Thursday 8:00 or whatever? Let me know that because that also plays a factor. What I am finding is that the more I've been doing this, the more I've been doing this consistently on the Tuesday at 2, right, is that more people are showing up in the beginning because they kind of know. The other thing that happens is this reoccurrence. So they get the notification, and then they're like, they see it and they're like, oh yeah, it's Mel, she's live, it's Tuesday. So they kind of know, they become accustomed to your show. They want to join. They get that notification, they're more likely to join, right? So that 100% happens. Now, hello, Genevieve. I see your face now. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, PokeGal. So I don't have the description. I do not have the link in the description. But if you go to Facebook and you literally just type in search in the groups, DIY marketing with Melanie, boom, it will show up right there. You will see it. You'll see my face, actually. So, okay, I'm going to answer some questions now. I'm going to go back up here because I see that you guys do have questions. I 100% want to talk about this. Okay, Billy says, how do I change the background on my countdown timer? It's black right now. Billy, where are you making your countdown timer? Are you making it in Canva? Or are you trying to use the OBS thing? Talk to me. Tell me what you're trying to do there. Okay, I'll come back to Billy, let him give his follow-up. Okay, hold on. Let me see here. I know I had more questions. I saw them. Come on. Okay, hold on. All right. PokeGal says, I love StreamYard, but I need your help. I created an overlay for two guest camera, but I cannot switch at the same time. In other words, I click on the two guests, I click on the two guests, then I click on overlay later. So yeah, what this person is describing, PokeGal is describing, I wish I could just like demo this, but when you have a guest on screen, oh my goodness, I guess I'll do this. I told myself I wasn't going to do it. I can emulate what it looks like to have a guest on screen. Hold on. I'm going to add a second camera, which I know Kitchen Queers, you found that video on my YouTube channel really helpful. Yeah, we'll do that. Change it to I'm adding a second camera right now to my stream because this also emulates what it's like to have a guest on screen. But I'm changing my audio settings, which is super important when you are using a second camera. I am really lucky. I have a Blue Yeti microphone hooked up as well. And so I am actually selecting the Yeti as my speaker because there's an audio out jack on the Yeti. Well, there's nothing plugged into it, so there's no sound. There will be no sound echoing into the stream. I am also going to select the Blue Yeti microphone because it's muted right now. And so therefore we won't have any echo or any feedback coming when I add the second camera, which is one of the issues that people run into. Okay, I'm adding the second camera to the stream. So there you go. Here's what it looks like. Oops. Hold on. There we go. So there you go. This is my behind the scenes cam. It's actually, it's my old Logitech camera. So if you have one of those, if you've upgraded your, your streaming equipment like I have, and you have an old webcam lying around, then don't throw it away. Use it. You might be able to use it as something like this. So if I had a guest on screen, this is what you'd see. You'd see this. There's two versions of two people on screen at the same time. There's this one and there's this one. These are versions inside StreamYard. Now notice something inside of this middle right here. See that right there? This is all transparent. So that's my background. Let me make it brighter so you can see the contrast here. So I can help answer this question. There we go. Right. So that is all that. What this person's describing is some people actually will design a custom overlay. So right now the overlay I have selected, is the corners, everything you see in the corners, right? So let me turn it off. Now it's off. Now I can also add all kinds of overlays like this and like this, yada, yada. You could design your own overlay that actually will have a border around these views, which is what a lot of people like to do. They want that custom look. And so the trick is that when you toggle from view to view, your overlay will actually not look right. Because, for example, if I go to this view, then to this view, if I add two guests, if I add a third guest, right? I mean, when you move these around, your overlay would have to change. The overlay is a static image. It's a transparent PNG file that you upload into StreamYard, right? Now, PokeGal, the way you get around this is you actually have to turn the overlay off, switch the view, and then click the next overlay that you want to display. That's the best way to do it. There is no smooth transition because, again, what you're doing, that overlay, that custom overlay for this view is a hack. It's you taking something and wanting to customize the way it's going to look, right? So that is 100% like a cool thing to do. I wish I could demo this because a lot of people probably like, I have no idea what she's talking about. But you can, a lot of people, this is very popular. People will customize the look of their streams. It's like they're using StreamYard. How does it look like that? It's actually an overlay that they're using. So with that being said, the way to do it, PokeGal, is here's the order. So let's say you have two people on and you now are going to go to this view, right? Or you're going to go to this view and then you're going to go to this, or you're going to go back to solo, right? And then you're going to go back to this view, whatever it is you're trying to do. The way you do it is you actually turn your overlay on and then you turn it off so it goes away, and then you switch the view, and then you click on that next overlay layout. That's the order of events that you need to do. You don't want to switch the look and then switch the overlay first. So you turn it off, switch the look, turn the new one on. I hope that makes sense. Great question. Definitely one of those things where somebody is maximizing. PokeGal is clearly maximizing StreamYard, which is super cool. Okay, how do I transition with the two guest cam and the overlay together? So basically, you can't do them at the exact same time. That's the trick, is you can't do them at the exact same time because you can't click on two things at the same time on the screen. You can be super fast. Now, this eventually could be fixed when we have what's called Stream Deck or hotkeys integration. And what that is essentially you can program buttons on your keyboard to do certain things. So instead of me clicking and fumbling around inside StreamYard and going to the different views so that I can do what I just described, you actually could create little, like I could say, okay, I want the Q button to go to split screen. I want the A button to go to solo mode, right? Whatever. And you would literally just click them on your keyboard and it would do all those things. Or I want R to play the welcome video. And so that's called hotkeys integration. Right now, StreamYard does not have that capability. However, they have absolutely said for the last couple months that it is 100% something on their roadmap. Of course, it requires a lot of coding and new coding, and they're very careful about introducing features to they are very good about making sure the platform remains stable, which is actually the reason I switched from a different platform I used to use to this one, because the other one was not stable. It wasn't supported, it wasn't updated enough, and it sure as hell wasn't stable, right? StreamYard is very, very stable. I rarely have issues with StreamYard. Rarely do I have issues that are platform-based. The issues that ever happen are usually something else on the outside, like a Facebook issue or something else. That's one of the reasons I absolutely love StreamYard, is truly because the platform is extremely stable. So I love that they have said, hey, we want this. We know you want hotkeys. We know you want to be able to use your Stream Deck, your Elgato Stream Decks, or your hotkeys with StreamYard. But it's going to take them time to integrate it. So hopefully it's something that comes. And when that does come, what PokeGal is describing would be a lot easier. So you would be able to create a hotkey that would do two things. It would literally switch a view and turn on an overlay at the same time. That's what's super cool about hotkeys, is that you can program multiple functions to happen simultaneously. So you could be like, you could have for different views, you would have hotkeys, but they would also change that overlay at the same time. So super, super, super cool. Jennifer has a great suggestion here, though. She says you can use an overlay to cover the screen entirely for a moment while you add a guest and change the overlays. That would also work. So essentially, that's a great idea, actually. So what Jennifer's saying is that you turn on, so you would have a full screen overlay. So you'd go full screen overlay, and then you'd add your guest, and then you literally would select the new overlay, which would then go from full screen to the new view. Super, super smart. That's a really good idea, Jennifer. So I have a full screen overlay. This is a full screen overlay. So you can still hear me, right? You can still hear me. And then I would go to this overlay. So the overlay is just a full image. So that's a great idea too. So thank you, Jennifer, for providing that feedback. PokeGal's over on YouTube, but PokeGal, hopefully you're still watching and you saw that. So very cool. Okay, cool. All right. PokeGal says, your video about 2 webcams helped me a lot. Awesome. PokeGal, I hope that you saw, I did a follow-up live test stream talking all about the audio piece, right? So, and Kitchen Queers, they definitely liked that video too. You're doing it again today. Fantastic. I'll check it out. I can't wait to check that out. I have not looked at that, your video with a second camera. I think, oh my gosh, I mean, like, seriously, if you're doing anything in the kitchen, how freaking cool to be able to talk to your audience, but then also have a camera like on you while you're cooking. Super, super great. I mean, heck, you could create your own cooking show. So there's a couple of comments about the Logitech Brio. I also have a Logitech Brio. Would you like to see it? I have too many things plugged into my computer. That's what I'm going to say. Here is the Brio. It's way wide angle, totally different view. So, and the coloring, I feel like it's crazy because I have played with this camera so freaking much, and the coloring gets a little off from time to time. They added these apps that I gotta look at the right camera. They added these apps that let us, like Logitech, they let us change things. You know what? Let me make sure you can still hear me. Hold on. I gotta make sure you can still hear me because I just checked. Yeah, okay, good. You should be able to hear me. I changed cameras, and when you change your camera, sometimes it changes your audio too. So I had to make sure you could still hear me. So this is the Brio. So I love this camera, but it's a $200 camera. It's a webcam, but it's freaking $200. That's expensive for a webcam. My Sony a6100 with the lens, because it's the kit lens, is an $850 purchase. The Canon M50, now you'd want to get the Mark II M50, which is the new version of the Canon M50. That is like, I think $650 with the lens. So you're $200 for a webcam, or you could buy a way better camera for more. So that's just something to say. I bought this webcam a long time ago, so I still have it, but I have upgraded my stuff. But again, I'm not getting rid of these cameras because I actually use this camera a lot of times when I'm on Zoom because I don't want to fry up my other cameras. So I love to use this one for just virtual meetings and stuff. So the Brio's cool. I like it. But again, it's not perfect, but let me go back. Let me go back to the fancy, please. Can we get back to the fancy? Yeah. It's not way better. It's way better. It's way better. Okay. Let me go back up because I saw a couple comments that I wanted to address as well. Let me see. Okay. So, making sure I don't miss anything. Okay. Michael has a question. Yes. Okay, cool. Michael, what's up, Michael? He says, if you're using OBS, you should be able to use the countdowns like the ones from Live Streaming Pros, or have you tested that? I have not tested that. I do have one of those files, actually, so to experiment with. But yeah, I know that I can do that, but I have not experimented with it. But here's the deal, Michael. I literally love that I can go into Canva and I made that design in Canva. So it's a full, in fact, I made the lava lamp one that y'all saw in the very beginning with Canva as well. And so I really personally, I honestly just personally have a preference. I just realized something. When the lava lamp was playing, you couldn't hear the music. I just remembered that. So, because I have that loaded into StreamYard. Sorry, side note. But yeah, so I actually like that I can log into Canva and like within 5 minutes, I can like change my countdown or change the look of it or change the color of it or whatever I want to do because I have built my own templates for these things. And I love that I can do that. With the LSP ones, it would require me to have to use a completely different type of software that I don't use. I do think it's great. I love the countdown timers, but yeah, I mean, if you already own those, yeah, you could do that. You could still use you can use them with StreamYard. You cannot load the Live Streaming Pros graphics into StreamYard because they're not the right format. And so it's just different. But yes, I love those. I love all of the graphics that Luria's Paul Dixon, the magical Paul Dixon. They make amazing stuff. I missed the stream today, but I hope she showcased the flying money, because I missed that one. I can't wait to see that. Okay, let me take a look. I know I had a couple more questions here, so I wanted to check them out. So, yeah, Billy, you're live all the time, my friend. Same time every other day. That makes it super easy too, because Billy could basically say to his audience, hey, I'm Billy Zerillo, and I go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. or whatever it is. And so that makes it easy when you have those same times. I resisted the same day, same time for a long time because I was being stubborn and I didn't want any structure So CK says, I use a countdown 5 minutes, allows me to chat with folks as they come in. Yeah, I enjoy the countdown because again, it's that warm up period. What CK is saying is that she's in the actual comments chatting with people while things are getting warmed up. So I think that's super cool. Somebody else had a question, I think. Okay, cool. So Denise, she says, this may be a dumb question, but I'm clueless about the streaming stuff. Does StreamYard have its own built-in overlays? So StreamYard, what it does is the only built-in overlay right now Okay. The only built-in overlay right now is this one. And it's just the StreamYard one. So let me turn the comment off real fast. So this is what it looks like, Denise. It's basically you have this up here and you have this down here, right? So that's the overlay. But as long as you have one of the paid versions of the account, so there's 2 levels of subscriptions, and as long as you have one of those, you can upload your own custom overlays that you can design. I mean, you could actually design them in PowerPoint. Like you could design them in PowerPoint and export them as a transparent PNG file. You can design them in Canva, and as long as you have a pro Canva account. If you have a Canva Pro account, you can export transparent PNG. And if you do that, then you can make all these cool things that I like to pull up during my stream. So it's not a dumb question at all. So Restream right now, I believe, has a few overlays that they have added in, just like they're just in there. But here's the thing: Restream, the free account is very limited. You can't even stream to a Facebook group with the paid version of Restream. These like Restream and StreamYard, super similar. They have almost the exact same functionality. Luria and I just got done filming a comparison video where we kind of went back and forth. We compared like 13 different features, and the apps are like almost identical, but there's differences between the plans, the actual subscriptions, and what you get. There's a couple of things that StreamYard has that Restream doesn't. The views look different, like whatever. So Restream does have some pre-built, and I believe BeLive TV also now has some widgets and things that are pre-built in to so that you don't have to upload anything to it. But I also am like, why not make your own custom stuff, right? So, and what I love about StreamYard is that StreamYard lets you use animated GIF files as long as they're transparent, like this one. Then that's an overlay. So that's one I made in Canva. I also used Unscreen to remove the background from it to create a transparent GIF. That's how I made these guys, right? All these fun things you guys have seen. But you can also upload a GIF that you download from Jiffy, right? Or Jiffer, as long as you have the right usage rights to it. But yes, I designed this in Canva right here. I actually have decided, though, that I like that thing on this side, not this side. So this is actually an old version that I was testing. I like it on this side. I want that to show up over here. But it's transparent. It's semi-transparent, which is, I was testing these things. This is also an overlay with my logo. This is an overlay as well with my logo. Right there. Okay. So that's what that is. So, okay. Great question, though. Not a dumb question at all. So Denise says, yes. Okay. So upgrade your paid StreamYard account. I would recommend it personally. Denise, you can do a lot with the free account. As you know, you can actually stream just about anywhere you need to stream to, but there are some amazing benefits to the paid accounts. I 100% recommend using the paid accounts, especially if you are streaming regularly. So if you are streaming once a week, it's well worth the investment because you can upload the videos. So the other type of thing you can do is you can upload a video. So the other way you all can have a countdown is make a countdown in Canva or wherever, and literally you just upload it and you play it. Like you click on it and it plays like this. Let me get to it. Sorry. Like it could be as basic as this one. So yeah, literally. So you can upload tutorial videos. So that's the other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was, should you be using countdown timers, but also should you be playing videos midstream? So StreamYard lets you upload a video that will play. And when you play that video, it will mute your microphone and it takes over the whole screen. And as you saw, it also covers up the overlay. I've actually given StreamYard the recommendation not to cover up the overlays because you can turn the overlay off. So if you don't want the overlay displayed while you're playing a video, you just should turn it off. But some of us want those overlays to be on top of the actual video. So anyway, I don't know if they'll do that or not. But so that's cool that it like takes over the stream, right? However, sometimes we don't want to do that. So the other option is that StreamYard now gives you is that you can play a video from your computer. I don't know if this works on the free account or not, but you guys should try it either way. So you could actually create a countdown timer in Canva. And if you don't want to mess with OBS and all that stuff, but you still want to be on screen during your countdown in the beginning of your show, you could do it this way, because when you do a share, when you share a video file, it is going to display the exact same way that your video or that your screen share displays. So you guys see that all the time. I share my screen and it takes over, right? So this is what it would look like. So you could actually use this and just could be your countdown timer. And here you are in this tiny little window hanging out. And you could just be doing your thing and whatever. Like, that's another way to be on screen during the countdown without messing with OBS and all the crazy stuff. This is a file playing from my computer. And you can have music with the file. This particular file does not have any music with it, but you can make a countdown in Canva, put some music to it, play it from your computer, and you can toggle between the views just like the screen share views. So you have this view right here, and then you have this one as well. And then you also have, you could go solo, and you could also go full screen countdown. And you could go back and toggle between these different views if you wanted to. So that is another way to play a countdown and be on screen during the countdown. So that's a hack. That's a possibility now that they've done this. Another really cool thing that this could be for is like if you wanted to do like a lightning round, or, okay, we've got 5 minutes left. Like, you know, I'm going to do Q&A for 5 minutes. You could start the timer and go and be like rapid fire. Like, this is another cool thing you could use. So the other thing you can do with this local video is you can pause it. So I paused the video and I can actually move to a different spot in the video if I really wanted to. This is cool. So Kitchen Queers, I hope you're still here. I hope you're still here because I have an idea for you. So one of the things that I run into sometimes is I like want to show how to do something. So, or I get asked a question. Maybe it's the same question I get asked all the time, but it's hard for me to do a live demo of it. Well, I could actually create a demo video and then have it on my computer. And then I can play it in the middle of the stream and I could pause it and talk. So Kitchen Queers, what if there's a part of a recipe that's like, ooh, it's really like time consuming and we can't do it live on the show because it takes too long. So like when we watch, okay, good, Kitchen Queers is still here. So when we watch like, you know, the Today Show in the morning and they've got like a chef on there, they'll like start the recipe and then they're like, and then you put it in the oven for 60 minutes and they put it in the oven and then they're like, but for time's sake, here we are. We have one that's just now finishing up. Same kind of process, right? You could actually film part of the process and create a little demo video. I've seen your video, so you obviously have great video editing skills or an editor that edits your videos. So create this video. You could play the video of like the sauce prep, right? And how to make the sauce, I don't know. And then you literally could play it and be like, okay, here's how we did it. You could play part of it and then you could stop it, and play part of it and then you could pause it and then talk about what you just showed and then play it, resume it and then pause it. Like, how cool is that? So like, again, for your live show, there's some stuff that you guys are like, oh, we can't do that live. It takes too long or it's too hard or the camera angles, whatever. You could do a short video of it and play it during the stream. But instead of having to load it in as an actual video that covers you up, you could actually just share. When you go to click share, you now have two options. And one is share screen and the other one is video file. So you share that video file. So this is actually super cool for all of you guys who are sometimes finding yourself wanting to show how to do something, but you don't want to necessarily do it live, right? Because it maybe it's tricky or you need to edit some things out or whatever it might be. That is a super cool thing. So I wanted to make sure that we talked about that today because I wanted to talk about it as in like the countdown timer, but I wanted to talk about it more so as in like playing videos midstream. Here's the other thing. You could have an intermission. So let's say some people literally have live videos and they're like 3 hours long. That's what they do. You could have an intermission. You could play a video during the intermission. And so that's a cool thing. I love that stuff. CK, you know what's so funny? She's like, oh crap, I missed LSP today. I thought it was Monday. I have been like, had it in my head that it's Monday, like all freaking day today. So I'm with you, sister, on that one. I think it's because Addie didn't have school yesterday and it was President's Day and half the country shut down because of the snowpocalypse and all this stuff. So, okay. Back to Billy's question that he had. He said, I use Canva. He means Canva. I use Canva for the countdown timer in the background question. Okay, so you're talking about your background being black. You can change the background. I need to finish my little Canva templates and course, don't I, you guys, so that you guys can do this. So Billy, in Canva, you should be able to change the background color for a couple ways. One, oh, I know what he's talking about. I know what Billy's talking about. Okay, Billy, I'm going to show you super fast. I'm giving away my tricks. All right, so I know what he's talking about. Let me go back up to his original thing because I want to make sure everybody knows what the heck we're talking about while I do this demo. Da-da-da-da-da. Where is your question? It's way up there. Here we go. Okay, so what Billy's talking about, all right, I'm just going to use one of I got a couple of examples here. So here's a countdown timer. So for a show that I do locally, it's once a month. So I use this countdown timer. So what Billy's talking about is, remove. Let me go back to sharing my screen. So what nope, remove. Let me kick that out. I got a flicker going on. Let me try that again. Oh, I don't know. Yikes. I don't know what's happening. Isn't that funny that I literally was like, I never have issues with StreamYard? I bet that's not a StreamYard issue. Hold on. That's because of this. Hold on. Let me just do a blank design. How about that? Let's do a blank one. Let's start from scratch on this bad boy. All right, so what Billy's talking about is if you guys go to Pixabay, right? You go to Pixabay and you search countdown timer. There's a very generous person who has designed a 5-minute and a 10-minute countdown to okay. He has designed a black countdown. It's 5 minutes. There's also a 10-minute version. This is exactly what I use in my streams. I will tell you that I reached out to the friendly man and gave him a tip in Pixabay. You can actually do these tips. And he sent me a white version as well. So I have the white version, but he hasn't uploaded it to Pixabay. So here's a trick. So the problem with this countdown is a lot of people are like, I don't want it to be black. Well, there's a couple of things you can do. So Billy, the other thing is that some people don't realize that this is what the way the file is. So let's just create a background here, right? Let's actually, hold on. I want to look at templates. Let's just pick this thing. How about that? We'll do this. I'm going to send this. Whoops. Where did shoot. Let me not do that. Let me do it different. Now let me add my countdown timer. All right. So here's what you see, right? So you're like, well, I don't really want my countdown timer to be 1, that size, and 2, I don't want it to be black. Okay, I gotcha. I understand. So then if you double click, just like a picture in a frame, you can also make the size different, right? So we want to fill it up all the way so it's just sized differently. So if we do that, boom, now I can actually change the size altogether. But still, dang it, my countdown is black. I don't want it to be black. Okay, well, we're limited on what we can do here. But here's one thing you can do. You can make it, I wouldn't recommend doing this with this dark background. So let's make this, whatever. Okay. You can also go up here to I have the video file selected, change the transparency. It's going to make it come through a little bit of a different color. Now, the problem with this is that you do lose that sharpness, that bright pop of the white letters, the numbers. So, but this is one way to do it. So here's the other thing you can do. So if we go full transparency, and you could also put a transparent element on top of it. So for example, make it about the same size. And then if I wanted to do bright pink, and then I can also do that, right? And then that's going to change it too. So that's just an element on top. You can, again, you're not going to get that same pop. So I know what you're describing, right? There are a couple of other hacks that will get you to the color you want. If you use the white one, for example, then you can, of course, have a brighter, different color. I use the white one mostly. So let me show you the white one. So if I go to my uploads and I go to the white one. So this is the other thing, is create a frame and then drag it into the frame. That's the other super cool way to use this video file. Every once in a while, you'll get this funky little glitch in Canva. See those little things? That will go away. Now, I can do the same thing here. So I can actually go with a overlay, a shape on top of this, or I could change the transparency of this and it does the same thing it did before. But if I wanted, the white gives me a little bit more creativity, so I can actually draw an element, a circle on top and change the transparency to make it pink. And so now I have a different color of countdown timer. So that's the hacky way. That's the way to do it. You cannot edit that video file. You cannot edit the color. Now, if you know a videographer, you could totally hire somebody to make your countdown. I do not believe that you can take the Pixabay video file from that designer and then go and alter it. I'm not sure. Again, there's a lot of weird, even though stuff is free, it's not totally fully free. So it's kind of one of those tricky things you got to kind of watch out for. So you have to be a little bit careful. I will tell you guys that I am getting ready to release my Canva templates, and I have these types of things already pre-built, so it's super easy for you, so you don't have to worry about it. And it includes the different colors, the different color of graphics as well in the countdown timer. So those are coming. Those are coming. So Jennifer says, love these Canva hacks. I love hacking Canva. It's super fun. Can you do a PowerPoint/slides timer? I am 100% sure that you could. Yeah, you could totally use PowerPoint to do the same thing. So especially if PowerPoint's like your jam and that's like you're better at PowerPoint and that's like where you focus your time, you could totally do it. I personally just use Canva for everything. So that's kind of my app of choice, right? Let me go back up because, so Billy, I hope that helped you, right? I hope that helped you. Let me get PokeGal's question here. So, oh, hold on, let me see. I use Pixlr to make the background transparent for my overlays. Yep, that's another app that you could use. Billy, if you're a Canva Pro user, you can 100% use Canva and export to a transparent PNG file. So when you go up to export up here, so let's just do this. Let me get this out of here, right? Does this look familiar to you guys? I mean, it should, right? Does this look familiar? I literally made this like yesterday. I've used this design before. I was like, I want to see how that looks as an overlay. You go up here to download, you select PNG, and you select transparent background. And this white stuff will be transparent. So, yeah, I love it. I actually submitted, I'm a certified Canva creative, and I submitted a request to them. I would like them that when this is actually technically a non-color, I want it to actually show up as the transparent grid, like that grid that shows up in all the other apps. Another app that I've been exploring a lot lately is Kapwing. Kapwing, however, is still really new, and it has some bugs with the transparency stuff, but Kapwing is another app that you guys should check out to design your own overlays and whatnot. So I've been using Kapwing, but again, it has a lot of issues still. It is not perfect, but I'm really, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm really excited about the possibilities with Kapwing when it comes to transparent video, when it comes to removing the background from video. But it's currently in bug status. I actually have been talking to them at Kapwing, and it's on their bug list, but when they fix it, holy crap, it'll be amazing. Kapwing's cool. I like it, but I like Canva a lot better. It's been around a lot longer. It's way, way, way better. So Kapwing, Lisa. Hello, Lisa. How are you? Kapwing. It is, let me look. Let me try to show you. So I actually made an animated graphic not that long ago with Kapwing. Whoops. So this is Kapwing. See this, all this like this grid? I don't know what to call that. Pattern? It's a pattern. That is a transparency pattern. I want Canva to actually add this to their stuff so that we know when we're dealing with transparency. But this is an animation that I made in Kapwing, and it looks like that. And when you export it as a GIF file, you can upload it into your overlays inside of StreamYard, like so. and it will show over your stream. So again, really excited about Kapwing. Because I actually think that it's very promising, but it's still super, super new. So it still has a lot of bugs. CK says you can build movies and GIFs within PowerPoint too. Yep, totally can. The GIF thing, I tested the GIF thing one time for transparent. It doesn't export as transparent. So, but yeah, so these apps are coming along. They're starting to come up and support our needs and what we're trying to do. So super, super cool. Okay. You guys, it's 3 o'clock and we've been here an hour. I feel like I'm forgetting something I was going to tell you. I made a note for myself, but then literally, you guys, the freaking pipes froze and I got a leak outside. I haven't even been out there. I haven't been out there since 5 minutes before I started the stream. I'm terrified to go out there. I'm terrified to go outside and look in my garage. I'm seriously scared. The other thing I was going to tell you guys about is the lights. Have you noticed that everything looks different? So obviously, if you guys have been on my journey with me for a while, you know the lava lamp, obviously. You also know the blue light strips, the LED light strips behind me. These are tube lights and things inside, but I added, like, do you see all that? Oh, look at all that purple. Do you see all that? That's a new light I bought at Menards, which is the home improvement store, for $30. I have 2 of them, actually. I have one down below me, but let me turn it off because this is what it used to look like here. I'm probably going to accidentally turn off my light strip. Hold on. Yeah. All right. So it turned off. Unfortunately, the same remote, all this was probably manufactured in China or something. I have like 4 of these now, and they control all the same things. I have 2 LED light strips, and I have 2 of these tube lights, and the dang remote controls all of them at the same time. So you have to like be careful and like point it right at stuff. Let's see if I can get. Yeah, it's. Anyway, you get the gist. The gist. That thing is this bright light. It's made to go underneath your kitchen cabinet, and you can change the colors, right? And it was $30. That's it. And look how beautiful that is. That cast of light that comes through there. I freaking love that thing. I seriously love it. So that was the other thing I was going to point out. Nobody, I actually added that probably, I don't know, a couple weeks ago maybe. And nobody has commented. I added the lava lamp and you guys were all like, lava lamp, holy crap, you added a lava lamp. But nobody talked about that one. I love it. I think it added so much more pizzazz, if you will, to my stream. So Kitchen Queers, thank you for all the great information today. We've learned so much from you. Time to get ready for our own live later this afternoon. Yes, I can't wait. By the way, Kitchen Queers, you guys, I love their channel. I've been watching some of their videos. Such a soothing voice. I love his voice. It's so soothing. So, all right, I am going to get out of here. I'm going to showcase my new exit video. But you guys, here's the deal. If you like the stuff, make sure you're subscribed, right? So on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Join us over in the Facebook group, DIY Marketing with Melanie, because we have a lot of fun over there as well. And I want to make sure that you don't, I want to get to know you, right? I want to get to know you better and better and better, get to know your business. So hang out with us, subscribe to me on YouTube, and click the notification bar so that you actually get notified when I go live, like I did randomly last week when I was showcasing the transparent countdown timer, which was a lot of fun. So make sure that you do that and check us all out. And then I will see you guys next week, same time, same place. Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. Denise, I'm so glad I finally get to see your face now that we've got this all figured out. PokeGal, thank you for subbing. I appreciate it so much. And it looks like you're joining our Facebook group. So yes, feel free to post a question in there. I will definitely help you out, sister. That's what I love to do inside the group. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. Go look at my plumbing, see how much water's in my garage, and wait for the plumber to call me back. And just go be a homeowner, right? So you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.